let everybody introduce themselves. And we have Greg. He's going to be coming on. Louis, he can come on. He's from Comcast. He does reduction, movie reduction, camera reduction. He's going to be joining the team now. He's going to be coming here. He's going to be setting up here now.
Right.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing all the reduction for everything.
Yeah, advertising, stuff like that?
Yeah. He's going to be putting us on Comcast promotion, everything. My PR, I was bigging y'all up to Louis. Louis is a very important person in my life. He helped me with my life. Everything, he just so important to me, and I like to tell him everything. Every move I make, I like to tell him. So, could y'all introduce yourself?
My name is Amir Worthy. I've been working with Selima for about 2 months now as a drug and alcohol addiction counselor assistant. My major is definitely with kids, but it's been human social services, so I'm here to help in communications as well, so I'm good with people.
My name is Jet Senio. I have my MBA in marketing from the University of Bridgeport. I'm currently a property manager downtown for one of the luxury buildings. I'm really into real estate, but marketing is my passion, and fashion, I guess, is something that I definitely want to touch base on, so I'm going to use being a part of this team to also just enhance that a little bit more and to help Ms. Mom the way I can.
Your purpose. Don't worry about the legacy.
Yeah.
It's already established.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's already established. Just keep going until it's over.
Right.
Don't worry about that stuff. I keep telling you that.
With every vision, there has to be a mission. That's my baby right there. Say hey, Mahala. But she's right. I missed almost practically the most important part. Rita Book's name is RITTABOOK. And Rita Book's mission is all about reaching imaginations today, tomorrow, and always with breathtaking objects of knowledge. The Rita Book name is an acronym, and the concept of Rita Book is just personified as a character, a little African-American 9-year-old fourth grader that acts as a recruiter to get as many young scholars as she possibly can enlisted into her army of lifelong learners. And their main mission is to defeat the enemy of ignorance.
Nice.
So, I'm on a mission.
Nice.
And thanks you guys.
Awesome, well said.
Eric,
Man.
Eric, go next.
Okay, how you doing? Eric Hextall, MBA, and with emphasis in leadership. I've also owned and operated a barbershop for the last 16 years. I recently closed it down due to the pandemic and switched my business model. I still work 1 day a week. I have probably like a VIP clientele now that I either go to them or they come to me. Also founded a book club, spinning off of the book, promoting literacy for men of color, young men especially, with James. And we started this 2 years ago. February will make 2 years, and we're also in the talks of creating a nonprofit now as this has evolved. So monthly we pick a book, someone hosts a book. We have 6 members because Selima just joined. She's our first female member, and that's how I met Selima, through James. So that's a little bit about me.
Now it's me time?
Yeah, yes, sir.
My name is James Lewis. Born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. Been in Plainfield since '96. Started corrections in 2002. Got 18. I'm in my 19th year. And when it came to health, I was always on it, but I didn't become on it until between 2009 and 2010. They attempted to diagnose me with multiple sclerosis. So from that point, I go to the hospital. Well, I got it from my right eye, what they call optical neuritis. It just went blurry one day. So went to my eye doctor. My eye doctor told me I take these drops for 2 weeks. Took the drops for 2 weeks, nothing happened. So he immediately said, instead of taking a bunch of tests weekly, daily, he said, just go in the hospital, you're gonna run all the tests. So they came back with what they came back with, but I never claimed it. I never claimed it. And that's when the real journey began. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, long story short, I did the test, neurologist, MRIs, spinal tap, all that stuff. But I didn't give up or give in. So that's when the health coaching thing became. And I've been on my thing for quite some time. But that situation put the back up against the wall and got busy. And then always make sure your mindset is right. And that's what got me through my situation, so I know it works. And I can be a little adamant about it, but it's real like that for me. So, yeah, that's my story. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Man, you did.
Okay. Thank you, Louis.
You made sense in the degree that I was in a coma for 7 days. And I'm talking to you and talking to her. She knows about it. I was asleep for 7 days.
Wow.
The doctor gave me up, right? And that's why my faith in the Lord. 7 days I was asleep, man. My family would come over, you know, they would pray over me and they would tell me what they was doing. But I didn't move before the 7. And the number 7 is completion.
Yes.
Remember that. And you know, and whatever come against you, you gotta have a spirit and made up mind. If God be for you, who could be against you? So the enemy came and tried to take me out of here. But God said, I have a purpose for this man's life.
Yes.
So I ain't going nowhere before my time. And I feel you what you ever saying in your conversation, what you were talking about.
Mr. A.
And I don't receive nothing. Like when some come to me, I don't receive it.
Right.
You know, as a man thinking. You see what I mean? It's sometimes that people just receive anything. If you talk about you sick all the time, sick around people, you going to be sick. Because the Bible says, I'm going to shut up and say this. The Bible says death and life is in the power of the tongue. Now what you going to speak over your life? Life, not
That's
death.
it.
That, you know, nobody can't tell me nothing in God is not real.
That's right.
You can't get around me and shake my faith. He is real. You see? And I always say, instead of me chasing out the thing, let me chase the God in me. That's what I'm going to make that.
Mr. A, you got a story. Mr. A got a story too.
Amen. All
In
right.
2012, I got into a horrible car accident. My eye was shattered, so it's titanium mesh right here. My entire right arm has glass still in it to this day, and I went from 130 to 110. I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to talk again, walk. I went to cognitive brain therapy, but I started working out. Started exercising every day. And around that time, when I was 18, when it happened, I didn't have faith in God at all. I was always like, I'm my own God. And then when that happened, I started believing in God just like that. Ever since then, when I went to cognitive brain therapy, I saw that people weren't being treated right there, so at that point my life became about people and helping the mentally disabled. That's why I ended up working with children with autism, ADHD, just mental disabilities in general. So that's where all my passion came from people and want to help and support. So yes.
Wow.
Good to see you still standing. That's what I'm saying. Not giving up.
Man.
No, not at all.
Not giving up at all. It's awesome.
Jada, what about you?
What, my story? I mean, I was a two-sport athlete. Sports has always been a part of my life. I was a child model. So I did a little modeling, but now it's more about my fitness journey, it being not just an everyday activity, but a lifestyle. I'll be going vegetarian 2021. So that's going to be a different transition for me, just physically, and then just watching what you put in your body, because you only get one body.
Amen.
So like diabetes and everything else that runs in most of our families, I'm trying to stop the cycle. And it starts with your nutrition and everything else. So.
Wow, he got a story. That's my son right there. He got a story.
We gotta manifest things.
Absolutely.
And what Mr. Lim is trying to do here is reach that next group of individuals, whether it's through high school students or, you know, just individuals, because a lot of people are working from home right now, right? Or a lot of people don't have a job.
Right.
So to incorporate something and have this skill is going to be beneficial to a lot of people. Everybody's starting their own business, starting their own brand, but how about you pick up, you know, and sew something yourself, buy the fabric and actually create something, your own design.
Yes.
So once I start my line, like everybody else is starting their line, I'm designing my line. I'm not just going on, you know, AliExpress or Alibaba and just buying bulk stuff and putting a little logo in a hoodie and saying this is mine.
Right.
No, I created that hoodie. And this is a new design.
Right.
So Ms. Lima, having her as my mentor and also being able to incorporate my marketing background is definitely going to, you know, coincide with each other. So I'm excited, and I thank Amir for introducing me to her. So
I had this dream of, you know, I want to be a dancer, I want to be on Broadway, but the access, the having to pay for class, having to pay for the lead class, having to pay wasn't there. But then I realized, okay, well, what do I have to offer? And that's storytelling. What does my dance have to offer? We in the Black community have so many different stories that aren't told, past, present, and the future. And I believe that the arts is a different way to express that, different way to see that, different way to navigate just life in Black communities. So along with just storytelling, teaching that, creating storytellers, creating kids, giving them outlets. There's so much going on in the world where they have nowhere to go. So they are on the streets, they are playing with their kids, they are ending up in the wrong groups, the wrong place at the wrong time. So giving them that outlet, one, with dance, giving women a new self-confidence with being able to put them into fitness classes. Because I know for me, it's like social media gives you this body type of what you're supposed to have instead of being where you are. And so it's like, okay, how do you find your comfortability? How can I be comfortable in my own skin, my own body? And fitness, that mind-body connection allows you to do that. So then I also have my MRP community outreach where I do lunch distributions and give backs to the community. So I can't see the homeless and not help the homeless for me. So it's like, how do you live in a community where it's literally infested with homeless people on every street, every corner, and you don't help them? It's not my job to know why you got there, how you got there. It's only my job to help. So that is the Mahalo Rose Project.
The different pantries within the area. I know Rutgers does a few things, and there's plenty of different pantries. Coming from Newark, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon, so I know exactly where these pantries are myself. Whether you had $20 in your bank account or $2,000 in your bank account, one day in your life, if you're from Newark, you made your way to a pantry. So being able to be in a position where I could come back and actually be a part of that, it brings tears to my heart. Right. Yeah. And going by the YMCA, where I used to live in the YMCA. Wow. And knowing that background and seeing the people outside, knowing why they're there, versus working now downtown Newark where we didn't even know people live downtown Newark. It's just like a humbling experience, and I appreciate it day in and day out because I know what it is to give back, but I also know what it is to be on the other side and be able to now, you know, so.
That gives more validity to purpose.
Yeah.
You understand both sides. So what you're looking for these accolades, you're coming from your heart. So it's easy for that to be done.
And it's really about impact. Like what you living for if you're not impacted. Like that's what I've come to learn. Like I can create anything that I want. I can do anything that my mind, you know, puts itself to. But what is it worth if it's not impacting anybody?
But that's why it's so easy for me to be a part of this team now because of her vision and what she's here for. And to be honest, is the arts behind or just the fashion industry as a whole, like you said, with access and not having that access. But if you have the skill, Oprah said it best. When you have to continue to do what you don't want to do until you can do what you want to do. So at the end of the day, it might be shaking the right hands and being, but can nobody take your skill from you? Right. So as long as you enhance that, and I feel like that's what Ms. Salim is trying to do here, is start the school. Because it's like, okay, I have all of this knowledge and this information, now I need to share it with the world. And she's going to meet the right target. She's going to target the right audience that's going to benefit from it. And the fact that Newark and New Jersey is just her market, it's like a special place in my heart because people are so quick to just leave Newark and try to do business elsewhere. It's like, no, you got to start from where you came from. Because there's so many people out here that go to Essex County. My cousins was in the fashion shows there. And, you know, people have their own individual lines. So to know how to make your stuff from scratch and then see it down the runway, that is our goal here. And to have everyone in this room be a part of that, if need be, that's why Amir wants to get everyone's contact so that community outreach is going, we could put that to use if you know, that's something that you're interested in. And I know Celine was trying to work on the back end on all of the logistics of it, but we're going to need all hands on deck. So the more the merrier, because everybody got to play their position and play their role, but she has the vision. And as long as we understand what the skeleton is, we just got to continue to fill the body. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Here, she wrote a book. I just finished writing a book as well. And I published it in July. I'm going to get you a copy. I only got like 4 with me. So before I see them.
Okay.
So I'm going to give y'all copies. This book is called Out the Middleman, A Guide to Entrepreneurship. It's really like my story incorporated with a lot of disciplines that allowed me success over the course of 20 years. And the title is a double entendre. So the cutout is relating to the cutting, the barbering, and the middleman is any obstacle that is in between you and the source. So I think you could apply it to really any part of your life, whether it's business or personal. But yeah, the building, I was riding by this building. James put me on this restaurant down the street called, what was it, Italian Village? Yeah, so I started going there. I kept riding by this building. And I kept looking at the building, and the building, we've been talking about getting a building so that we can basically have everything in-house. His health training, fitness coaching, my barber school that I'm working on, which I'm working on an online barber school now as well. Got a couple other people that have some initiatives they wanted to work on, so we were like, we need a space. So I kept being drawn to this building. I liked the style of it. And every time I rolled by, I just look at it. Then last 2 weeks ago, he introduced me to Salima. And she's on we're on a Zoom meeting. And she's like, yeah, I got a manufacturer's spot over here right on South Ave. I'm like, South Ave. So I hit her the next day. I'm like, yo, I want to come see your spot. Because she's talking fashion, and I'm thinking, well, I wanted to design these barber capes with my logo on it. So I said, let me go see the sister and see if she can do it for me. And I'm going to see her spot. So we get here, she said, yeah, I can do it. You know, she's showing me around. I'm like, yo, you know, I've been watching this building for a while. So I'm like, I don't know if it was the building or was it you that was drawing my spirit to this building. And now here we are, sitting here. 2 weeks later.
That's deep, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I want to be part of that building. It's always been my dream, you know, buying that building. And I want, and we have to come together so we can buy that building.
Right.
Yeah, we're all chipping, and I'm so happy and honored. I really want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I rented for over 16 years and gave my landlord over $220,000.
Wow.
And he never did any renovations or nothing. And like, you know, anything was going to depreciate over time and it's going to start to fall apart. He never put anything, he patched it up here and there.
Right.
And it got to a point where I'm like, you know, my customers don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. You know, It's cool when I was young. I just was happy to have a spot. But then as I grew and matured, I'm like, nah. So now it's like my goal is we gotta own our own
Buildings.
Yeah.
Yes. Manufacturing plants make everything. We're gonna make everything. The dolls. We're gonna make the boots, the shoes, the furniture. Right? That's what I want. I want every room you walk in is gonna be something different.
Yeah.
Black.
That's what's up.
Right?
Well, it's that time now.
It's that time now.
It's that time now. I mean, we've seen what the presidential campaign has done, but you know, I'm about in order to rebuild, you got to tear it down. And when you tear it down, it ain't gonna get pretty. And that's where we at right now. I mean, you got the Biden and Harris, beautiful thing. History has been made once again for what we gonna do for each other.
Right.
Because ain't nobody gonna help us but us. I've been here 48 years, and like the sister said, I'm born and raised in Newark, and it's been some hard damn times. And I weathered the storm, but I never remembered Carter, Nixon, anybody. Mr. Lewis, your family, this is go some help. No. Now I understand how this thing works a little bit right now. So now if I'm able to share, pass it on, but I gotta be that example. And this is where it begins. This is called a think tank right now.
Right.
We thinking, we brainstorm, we come up with ideas, and then let's move forward, because I know me and my crew, we're about business.
Yeah.
We ain't playing with it, because we got a lot at stake. You know, we talking legacy, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And I've been talking to Selima for a while, and she's been showing me pictures and everything. But I told her, find out what it is that you want to do. Focus on that. Make sure you have purpose, because motivation, all that affirmation is going to die out. But find out what your why is. Anchor that why and keep going. Because if you got this far, like I told him with the health system, I said, wait a minute, don't do no chemo. I said, like you do the fasting, you've been rocking hard with that. That's how you got to guard your health. Go hard like that, and trust me, it has to prevail. The universal law, it is what it is. It's gonna happen. And now she see like, oh, that's facts. Absolutely, absolutely. Because like, speak it, know it. Don't let nobody waver you.
Right.
They're gonna be there. As long as you know, it's gonna be done one way or the other. Like 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. Now let's look at that from its whole totality. That's a real powerful statement.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying rich with money, because I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy with health. I'm wealthy with friendships. I'm wealthy with relationships. I got a little money, but it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
Amen.
So when a person say they rich, the first thing they go is the money. Nah. What your soul is like? What your spirit is like? What that be about?
Yeah.
And I got a good vibe in here right now. I love it. I love it. I like it. This is what's happening. And she's been telling me to come in for a minute. I'm right around the corner. I didn't know she was this close. I'm like, I'm gonna come. I'll get tied up and go do something. You gotta come. I said, where you at? Around the corner. I said, you around the corner. I said, oh, she's literally around the corner.
You're gonna need somebody to put some drapes up soon. So you'll need some help.
This is cool though. This is cool. And she's been talking about this. We had a spot in Newark. It didn't manifest, but she kept going. She kept going. She kept going.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. She don't stop.
Spot in East Orange.
I don't play. I'm focused.
No, and I've seen over the years, sometimes we can get discouraged, but that's what we have, accountability partners. This is what this is about, you know, because if you tell me you're going to do something, I'm going to holler at you. So what you doing? What's happening? Oh, I see, you BSing, and I expect the shame in me, because I do a little BSing every now and then, but now I'm back on track. But yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But I tell you, just keep going.
Yeah.
Don't be worrying, because worrying is worship to the devil. Don't worship, just, you here. You made it. We made it. Through all our trials and tribulations. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. We ain't in the dirt. We above ground. You know, there's one affirmation I say to myself every day. There's something wonderful always on the verge of happening. I say that every day.
Say that again.
Oh, yeah.
Something wonderful is always on the verge of happening. Even I get to work. I got to work on time. I got to work safely. I get there. They might have something else going on. That might be something like, oh man, that's cool. Something wonderful is always on the verge of happening. I get my paycheck. Okay, it's a little more than what I expected. Something wonderful is always on the verge of happening. I make it home. Pick up my little lady, you know, my little girl. Spend time with her. Something wonderful is always on the verge of happening.
Yeah.
So it's what I speak.
Yeah.
That's why we connect the way we connect, because everybody needs that person to say, hold up now, let's nudge. Me and my man, we got time in. And we've been brainstorming for a long time, doing different things, but we vow like we gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
You have the same demeanor too. Yeah, acting like
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And you know, he know what I'm about, know what he about, but we're gonna make it happen. And,
yeah.
We here.
No, we gonna make it happen now. We here now.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And I'm going to drop this in your spirit. Quitters never win, winners never quit. I hope everybody caught that.
Oh,
that's power.
Yes, it is.
You put that in your spirit, let it resonate, let it manifest. Whatever task in your scope, you're going to go for it.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And I put that in my spirit years ago, man. Yeah.
And one thing I've understood about spirituality,
Awesome.
when you pray one time, maybe two. Because if you keep praying about the same thing, he ain't listening no more. You don't even have enough faith, so I ain't gonna fix that for you, because you ain't believe. You pray and move on to the next.
That's true.
Let me say something. I read this book, and I don't know, you all probably read it, called The Secret.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll tell you your body is an antenna. And your universe is an energy. Whenever you put out there, is what you're gonna receive back. So when you keep thinking negative, you're gonna get that. You think positive, you keep that same affirmation, it's gonna manifest. So always keep that positive mind, and you're gonna get everything you want. In abundance.
You got it.
That's it. And gratitude. Gratitude. Or say thank you. Saying things to little things can bring you way more than you ever expect.
Absolutely. That's it. That's it. And that's the secret.